London, 1977. A quiet suburban neighborhood suddenly became the stage for one of the most chilling hauntings ever recorded. A family tormented by knocks in the night, furniture moving on its own, and a young girl speaking with a voice that was not her own. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist. The Hodgson family lived at 284 Green Street in Enfield, North London. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, was raising her 4 children. Margaret, aged 13, Janet, 11, Johnny, 10, and Billy, 7. Life was difficult, but ordinary. Until one night in August 1977, when their lives changed forever. It began with loud knocking coming from the bedroom walls. At first, Peggy thought her daughters were playing tricks, but then a heavy wardrobe slid across the room, blocking the door, as if something invisible wanted to trap them inside. Terrified, Peggy called the police, and even the officers themselves witnessed the chair moving without anyone touching it. This was written in an official police report. News of the haunting spread quickly. The Society for Psychical Research sent 2 investigators, Maurice Grosse and Lyon Playfair. They moved into the house and began documenting everything. Objects flew across rooms. Strange voices echoed through the walls. But the most disturbing phenomenon centered on 11-year-old Janet. Janet would suddenly fall into a trance. And then she began to speak with the gravelly voice of an old man. The voice claimed to be Bill Wilkins, a former resident of the house, who died of a brain hemorrhage in a chair downstairs. Recordings of this voice still exist. Skeptics argue it was just Janet faking, but doctors noted that no normal child could sustain such a deep voice for hours without damaging their vocal cords. Photographs show Janet seemingly levitating from her bed. In some images, she appears to be thrown violently into the air. Believers call it proof of the supernatural. Skeptics say she was only jumping. And so, the debate began. The press swarmed the Hodgson home. The Daily Mirror and the BBC ran stories about the haunting. The public was divided. Some believed the family was truly cursed. Others thought the children were playing an elaborate hoax. There were moments when Janet was caught throwing objects herself, but there were also hundreds of other incidents that no one could explain. The Enfield case remains one of the most famous hauntings in history. Janet and her sister eventually left the house, but the memories never left them. In later interviews, Janet admitted, yes, sometimes they played tricks, but she insisted most of what happened was real. The haunting inspired countless documentaries and even the Hollywood film The Conjuring 2. Ghost tours in Enfield still bring visitors to Green Street, curious to stand where the family once lived in terror. Today, the house still stands. To some, the Enfield haunting was nothing more than childish mischief. To others, it was undeniable proof of life after death. Perhaps the truth will never be known. But one thing is certain, the Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the darkest and most disturbing hauntings ever recorded. Do you believe it was real or just a hoax? The choice is yours.